Yo, I've been working out for 3 years and I'm still not ripped. What's up? It's Ed, Everyday Muscle. Yeah, I don't want any of you guys to waste your 2025 on your fitness journey. So I just want to talk about some pitfalls that a lot of us go through on this fitness journey. So I made the mistake so that way you don't have to. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be straight up. Been working out for 3 years, and until maybe like about 18 months ago, I really didn't get ripped. I got ripped once, but at that point it was like completely unsustainable because I lost so much weight, but I was also working out 3 times a day. I was working out in the morning before work, and then on lunch break I would go back to the gym, and in the evening I would do like a boot camp to help other coworkers that wanted to be better fit wise, and they needed help. So it was like a bonus for me. I ended up going from 250 pounds down to 172, I believe, was the smallest that I weighed. But I didn't have any like defined muscles. I was thin, like 6-pack was coming out, but my chest was small and I wasn't the shape that I'm in now. And I want to say I was 15. That was 13 years ago. So I was about 35 at the time. But what really has been working for me this time around is being cognizant of what I put in my body. And this is the first thing. The first thing that people need to understand is that when you're eating, you gotta eat to live, not live to eat. If it's already came in a package and you're consuming it, it's probably not the healthiest for you. And most of the time when you actually read, if you do take the time out to read a nutrition label, what you're gonna see on the nutrition label is the serving size, which is usually not what's contained in the package. For instance, I went to the store and I had a sweet tooth one day, and I got, I don't even know what they're called. It's like a pie made by Hostess. It was like a cherry pie. I got it and I ate 2 of them. And then it wasn't a lot, but it was just, hey, satisfied my sweet craving at that moment. But then I looked at the package after I ate it, and it's like, oh, it's only like 200 calories, 230 calories. But the box says if you eat half a pie, who eats half of a treat that comes in a box? You eat the whole thing. And each one was 470 calories. I don't even want to even imagine what was on the sugar side. I'll have to look at the label and I'll post it so that way you guys can see it. But I'm pretty sure the sugar was through the roof. I'll say through the radar, through the roof. But if you don't pay attention to what you eat, you can't out-exercise a bad diet. You can't. That's like if I put you on a treadmill and put something 3 feet away from you and tell you to run and go grab it. You can't run. You're not moving anywhere because the treadmill's matching your speed. So it's like any hard work you're doing in the gym, you can easily cancel it out by a bad diet. There are people that I know that have been going to the gym longer than me and literally look like they've never stepped foot in the gym a day in their life. And I'm sorry to say, if you feel offended, I'm probably talking about you. But the good news is, if you actually really want to get in a better form, better shape, body recomposition, all you gotta do is watch what you eat. It's not that hard. If you know what you shouldn't eat. Everybody knows what they should and shouldn't eat. It's not rocket science. Everybody knows sweet things are bad. Everybody knows that excessive carbs are bad. Everyone knows that fast food is bad. There's nobody out there who actually thinks that McDonald's is healthy, other than probably Chad Ochocinco. But that guy was an NFL player and in peak physical condition and has the leeway to eat McDonald's every day. And I'm sure that even though he eats McDonald's every day, he's not eating McDonald's every day like you think. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. If you want to see results, I'm going to tell you exactly how I got mine. And this is how I got my results. I went from, over the last 18 months, I went from about 225 down to about 175. And most of it was fat loss. And the thing that I did was I learned to stop eating processed foods. Yeah, it sucks. And I had to change my relationship with food where I wasn't eating trash all the time and trying to outwork it, or just working out just a little bit hard enough to undo the trash that I was eating, which is a common thing that a lot of us do. We think we're gonna outwork the bad food that we're eating. But what I ended up doing was cleaning up my diet a bit. I cut out a lot of the processed sugars, a lot of the pastas and stuff. For a while, I switched to whole grain pastas like brown rice. Like, I love rice. I love rice. Like, I'll have rice with my rice. That's how much I love rice. But what I ended up doing was I switched to brown rice, kept me fuller longer. I started eating like guacamole, because I don't like avocado, but guacamole is like, avocado, like, that's weird. Like, I won't eat tomatoes, but I'll eat have salsa. I guess it's just how it's prepared. It's not exactly always what the item is or the contents of it. But you gotta find something. You gotta find a happy medium. You can't have McDonald's every day. You can't have Burger King every day and expect to be ripped. You can't be sedentary and think you're eating healthy because you're vegan or vegetarian, because you're eating way more carbs than you are since you're not eating protein from animal sources, and be sedentary and then think that you're healthy. So here's the thing. A lot of what's going on today is people say, oh, you don't have to be fit to be healthy. True. But you cannot be obese and healthy. You can't be morbidly obese and healthy. Come on. If you have trouble getting up and functioning, you have a problem. If you require 2 seats on public transportation, you have a problem. Nobody is born that big. But the thing is, we have to have compassion for those people, because I'm pretty sure we cannot go around saying obesity is a choice. I don't believe obesity is a choice. I believe obesity is a culmination of a series of poor choices. But it's not a choice, because I'm pretty sure if you had to ask an obese person tomorrow, you can have the dream body that you want. No one's going to choose to say obese. Unless there's someone with really, really corrupt wiring in their brain, and they're making money from being obese, and that's their thing. And their identity is being obese, but that person would probably need to get their head checked. But the thing is going to be consistency. You got to also be consistent. Whatever you're consistent at more is what you're going to get. If you eat bad and you work out, but you're more consistently working out than you are eating bad, then it's going to show, because you'll be slightly in better shape than somebody who works out not as consistently, but is more consistent in the bad habits of their eating. So whatever habits you have that you're most consistent at is what's going to show. That's going to win the race. So you don't have to go to a gym, because most of my weight loss, I worked out, but most of my weight loss came from walking. It came from going out every day and going for a walk every morning. I started with a mile a morning, just in order to start consistency. So once I got consistent at doing a mile a day, I upped it to 2 miles. Once I was like every day not missing a day for like the first month, then I added another mile. Then it was 2 miles every morning. The first mile, it only took like 15 minutes. It was 15 minutes a morning for a month. And then I added another mile. And then I added another mile. And I got to the point where I was walking 6 miles every morning before my day even started. So I was just waking up like at 6:30 in the morning, leaving the house at 7, going for a 6-mile walk. And then by the time I got back, shower, change, take the kids to school, and then go to the office. And then I still had my lunchtime workout, so which was a bonus because they say 10,000 steps helps you lose fat. I was getting 10,000 steps before most people even woke up. Then I upped it to 15,000 steps every day. And then at its peak, it was about 20,000 steps a day. When I say a day, I mean in the morning. So everything else after that was a bonus. I mean, I got the numbers. I pulled the receipts. Like, numbers don't lie. So you can go jumping from people's program to program to program. Nothing is going to happen fast for you unless you go get surgery. And then when you go get surgery, you're going to lose a whole bunch of time because you got to recover now. So I'm just going to be straight up with you. It's not an easy road, because if it was easy, everyone would be in shape. Look at where you're getting your food from. Fast food. If fast food was good for you, it'd be called quality food. Quality things take time. Quality gains take time. Quality foods take time. Look at Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is such a spectacle because of how long it takes to make everything. If Thanksgiving, the food was made really quickly, you'd be eating Thanksgiving all the time. But then we'd be all huge. We'd be obese because we'd be eating a lot of junk. But anyway, I digress. I'm just saying, what works for me is being consistent. Walking every morning. Because you gotta walk. You gotta put the steps in. Even if you don't go to the gym, walk. Everybody can walk. I'm sure someone's gonna say, I can't walk. I only got one leg. Okay, then hop in your wheelchair and roll. Move. There's no excuses, because someone gave me excuses before. Then I showed them a bodybuilder with no legs. Then I showed them a bodybuilder with no legs. Then I showed them a bodybuilder with no lower half. Not even I don't even know how biologically that guy functions, but he was super ripped, but it was like from the belly button down just didn't exist. Seen a swimmer swimming with no arms and no legs. Like, we gotta cut the excuses. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I made a lot of excuses for not wanting to give up my diet, and it showed in my physique. If you don't believe me, go back and look at my first video back in August of 2020. Go look at that, and then go look now. Like, yeah, I haven't taken off my shirt in front of the camera recently, but I can pretty much almost guarantee you I look nothing physically like I did before. As a matter of fact, I'll post a little clip of me doing pull-ups with my shirt off probably about a month ago, as opposed to what I look like when I wasn't trying to clean up what I ate. So it can be done. It is possible. The only limit is your mind. You know, the biggest prison, the biggest confines, the biggest cage that anyone could be put in is not a physical prison, it's in your mind. Because even prisoners who are in jail, nothing better to do, will still work out and they'll come out jacked. So you can't say, oh, I have a limited mobility or a limited availability of a gym to me. Doesn't matter. You can be in a cardboard box. You can still do push-ups. You can still go find somewhere to do pull-ups. You can still walk. If you want to see what's holding you back, when someone asks you about your goals, the first excuse out of your mouth is your biggest stopper. It's either going to be about what people think, or it takes too much time. You're either going to find a way or you're going to find an excuse. Point blank. I mean, I don't want to sound too harsh, but 2025, let's make some moves. Let's see some people get healthy. I want to see some transformations. If you made it this far in the video and you're trying to transform for 2025, whether it's growing on YouTube or getting in better shape, go ahead and drop it in the comments and say that you want to transform in 2025. And I'm going to hold you to it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to my cousin Les's house. I'll probably do a whole separate video on that, but I'm going to go to his house right now and go crash his house. It's Christmas Day. Just check him out real quick. Because I bet him a couple $100 that between now and his birthday in March, that he cannot get to 195 pounds. to weigh 195 pounds or less and hold it for 30 days. If he holds it for 30 days, the money doubles. And he right now weighs 219. So I want to see how he is spending his last few days. I told him he could start before January 1st because that would give him about 90 days, but a little bit more. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see if he's really about that life, because he goes to the gym all the time and he can be in shape. He's in decent shape. He could be in better shape. He just chooses not to, because he can talk himself out of it. Like, what am I really doing this for? I don't really need to be in shape. My spouse likes me the way that I am. Okay. But does she want to take care of you when you're old? Nah. I want to be in shape. I want to be able to run around with my grandkids. I don't want to be one of these people who has to be taken care of. I want to be able to take care of others because I'm a provider. That's my nature. That's what I do. But enough ranting, enough rambling. Let's get it for 2025. It's your big brother Ed from Everyday Bustle, and welcome to my Ed Talk. We'll see y'all.